It's been called the downfall of Diddy, but are we also witnessing a further downfall of Kanye West? The Grammy-winning artist that some believe is a musical genius recently went on a crazed social media rant that included, among other things, a call to...
So, there's a new report out, and it's not just trending. It's sending shockwaves through every corner of the internet. The names? Diddy and Kanye West. But this isn't some casual rumor. This isn't a leaked text or a vague tweet.
But over the last couple of weeks, another embattled rapper has been in the spotlight, Kanye West. And their two worlds have now collided once again, thanks to one of West's apparent tirades on X, formerly known as Twitter, which we'll get into, and it is something to say the least. But look, Combs is, of course, locked up in the Metropolitan Detention Center right now out in New York on federal charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He's set to go to trial in May. Prosecutors say he forced people to have sex with him and each other, often allegedly having his staff hire commercial sex workers to participate. He's entered a not guilty plea. He has maintained his innocence ever since his arrest last September. And I should also add that it seems like almost every day, maybe every week, maybe every other week, he is hit with another sexual assault lawsuit. We actually have a sidebar coming out about a man who claims that he was drugged at a New York City nightclub back in 2012 and raped by Combs when he was 17 years old. We did another episode last week about an adult male entertainer, a dancer, who claims that Combs drugged him and forced him into various sex acts, literally physically forcing him to do it. And he claims he was a victim of sex trafficking, that this alleged abuse went on for 5 years. And we have claims that Combs allegedly assaulted men, women, and even children. And how can we forget that Combs is also facing a lawsuit from a woman who claims that she was assaulted by him, and talking another rapper, Jay-Z, back in 2000 when she was just 13 years old. Bottom line, Sean Combs is fighting a lot of different legal battles right now, and coming to his defense, coming to his side from a PR point of view, not great. A lot of people who've known Sean Combs haven't spoken out about him, and I understand why. Now, of course, he's innocent until proven guilty. He has not been found liable in any of these sexual assault cases, but brings us to Kanye West. Because let's talk about Kanye West, who's no stranger to controversy. West, for his part right now, he has been traveling a lot internationally. Vibe reported that he's been to Paris, Tuscany, Russia, Japan, appearing alongside his wife Bianca Censori, who is often scantily clad. West caused quite a scandal in Venice, by the way, when he was seen allegedly without any pants on, exposing himself on a water taxi in Venice. And of course, there was some of that happening here at home too. At the Grammys a couple weeks ago, West and Censori were being photographed on the red carpet when Censori suddenly dropped her coat, revealing her basically nude body. They posed for more photographs before eventually leaving. The rumor was that West and Censori were kicked out of the event for that stunt, but it appears to be just that, a rumor. But needless to say, he's been making the headlines. And that kind of gets you caught up to speed on both.
This is a full, detailed report put together by people who clearly have access to places most of us will never see. Industry insiders, former staff, whistleblowers, maybe even people who were once part of the machine themselves. And what they're laying out, it's terrifying, it's disturbing, and it's dragging Diddy and Kanye right into the center of one of the darkest secrets the entertainment industry has been hiding for decades. Let's start with the basic framing. This report doesn't just say Diddy and Kanye were involved in shady business or questionable parties. No, it lays out a structure, an alleged underground network operating within the music and entertainment world, hidden in plain sight, a system, a hierarchy. People at the top, controlling access, controlling influence, and allegedly doing a lot more than just making power moves behind the scenes. According to this report, both Diddy and Kanye were more than just famous faces.
Combs' friendship goes back years. They collaborated on one of West's singles in 2015, and later that year they worked together on an album. At the 2022 BET Awards, West presented Combs with the Lifetime Achievement Award, called him his idol, called him his favorite artist. West said he still went to Combs for advice, and that Combs inspired many of his life choices, even his wife choices, perhaps in apparent reference to his then-wife, Kim Kardashian. But according to The Mirror, Combs has said that West inspired him as well. In 2009, Combs reportedly said that the other night I go to the Kanye West concert and I'm going there to see Kanye do his thing. I don't have anything but high expectations. The concert changed my life. I won't lie. I was so impressed and inspired. It was beautiful. And I fell in love with hip hop again. And I want to say thank you, Kanye, for giving me that. However, just a few months after West presented Combs with the Lifetime Achievement Award, the relationship seemed to sour between the two of them when Combs took issue with West's t-shirts that said, "White Lives Matter." Now, he said during an appearance on The Breakfast Club that he thought the shirts were tone deaf. He would go on to reportedly say, including on an Instagram post, that Black Lives Matter was our slogan. That wasn't our slogan to go share with nobody else. You have to be unapologetically black and love your people and love your tribe first. Combs also added, what the press and what fashion is doing, thinking this is a joke, when right now all America is planned for is poverty, incarceration, and death. So before I can get to any other lives matter, which all lives matter, you know what I'm saying, that Black Lives Matter, don't play with it. And he added, don't wear the shirt, don't buy the shirt, don't play with the shirt, it's not a joke. Well, not long after those comments, Kanye West apparently posted screenshots of text conversations, messages between himself and someone identified in the thread as just Puff, seemingly a reference to one of the many nicknames that Sean Combs has had over the years. So West says in part in these messages, I didn't like our convo. I'm selling these teas. Nobody gets between me and my money. This is my grandfather texting you now. Never call me with no BS like that again unless you're ready to green light me, because anybody who got on that tea is me. Out of respect for everything you've meant to me, I'll be quiet as Virgil, meaning Virgil Abloh, who passed away. But now I know how I've hurt people I love with threats. And he seemed to follow it up with, come do something illegal to me now, please. Now, the alleged Combs side of the conversation responds, N-word, send me address. Let's stop playing these internet games and don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love. To which West reportedly replies, this ain't a game. I'ma use you as an example to show the Jewish people that told you to call me that no one can threaten or influence me. I told you this was war. Now gonna get you some business. West apparently followed up with another post in which Combs allegedly texted him, as soon as I land, we'll meet face to face, to which West responded, N-word, F you. Now, in the final part of this alleged exchange between the two rappers, Combs allegedly wrote, I'm just trying to talk to you as a black man, and I'm talking to you because this is hurting our people. Stop. West apparently responded, anything you text, I will post. I love you, and you guys are breaking my heart. I accept your apology in advance. Okay, putting that to the side. Now let's get back to Kanye West and Sensori's red carpet moment, because
they were deeply embedded in that structure. Facilitators, gatekeepers, possibly even architects. Diddy's name isn't new when it comes to controversy. For years, there have been whispers, stories, claims of strange parties, closed-door meetings, sudden fallouts with artists who once praised him. People who worked closely with him have disappeared from the spotlight, gone silent, or changed their tune after walking away. There have been lawsuits, accusations. Most of them faded into the background until now, because this new report brings all those threads together. It shows a pattern, a method. It claims that those parties weren't random, that they served a purpose, that Diddy used influence, money, and connections to manipulate people, not just socially, but psychologically, creating an environment where people were afraid to speak out. Now, let's talk Kanye, because this is the part that really flips the narrative.
Started to subside, West flipped the script on his X page. So his page has since been removed, and I'll get more on that in a moment, but screenshots of his tweets show he posted in all caps, free Puff. He then went on to post or tweet, all these celebrity N-words and B-words is scared. Y'all will watch our brother rot and never say S. He went on to post, I stood up for Puff and I'm still winning 20 Grammys next year and doing the Super Bowl. He also tweeted that, or posted that slavery is a choice, which of course got some backlash from other X-users. But West seemed to double down as his rant continued with, what you all gonna do? Cancel my sneaker deal? Cancel my record deal? Freeze my accounts? F y'all N-words. Slavery is a choice. I am speaking my mind now. I ain't editing S again ever. And he later tweeted, "This man gave his life to us. This is my idol. This is my hero," seemingly referencing Sean Combs. And then there's this one, because he even announced a collaboration between himself and Sean Combs' fashion line, Sean John, saying that t-shirts would be made available on the Yeezy website, seemingly as a way to maybe raise money for Sean Combs or support Sean Combs as he's locked up in the MDC. And he also said that he and Combs would be splitting the profits 50-50, but later corrected himself, saying, "I just found out that Puff is not allowed to make or collect money while he's locked up, so I'm going to send the half of the money to Justin," seemingly referring to Justin Dior Combs, Combs' son. By the way, the Daily Mail reports recently that both Justin and Christian Combs were seen arriving at the hotel that West was staying at in Los Angeles. Actually, it was reported they left carrying packages that contained clothing that was gifted to them by Kanye West. Again, this is according to the Daily Mail. This came, by the way, the same day that West apparently tweeted or posted, "Puff is a way better dad than me, dad, and way better dad than me." He posted a photo of Combs on a red carpet with his children and said, "I wish I had the relationship with my dad that Puff has with his kids." And West also tweeted over the weekend,
"Just for clarity, they trying to make an example out of Puff. Me and my brother had our issues, but these white people trying to use Puff to scare N-words. I'm neither scared nor brave. This just me."
And by the way, Sean Combs' Instagram account shared the post about the collaboration, writing, "Thank you to my brother Ye." Back to the shirt. The blue shirt with the Sean John logo that was apparently put up, it really wasn't up there for long, because it was reportedly eventually replaced by something else. Do you know what that was? A single white t-shirt with a black swastika on it, selling for $20. Yeah. At the time of this recording, that website now appears to be offline. Kind of give you an idea of what's going on here. And from there, West's posts, they just devolved into what many people view as purely anti-Semitic, homophobic, and racist comments that we won't even dignify with airtime, okay? Now, West, unsurprisingly, has faced serious backlash in the past for his use of slurs, as well as what appears to be blatant anti-Semitism online and in his interviews. Some of those consequences have included loss of collaborations and sponsorships, as well as West products being removed from shelves at stores like TJ Maxx and Foot Locker. He also underwent bans, some temporary, some not, several on his social media accounts, although Elon Musk did restore his access to his X page in 2023. West.
For years, Kanye's been seen as either a genius on the edge or a chaotic soul struggling with fame. We've seen him spiral. We've seen him challenge authority. We've seen him claim he was being used, controlled, watched. But this report, it doesn't frame Kanye as a victim. It suggests he knew what was going on, that he participated, that he benefited, that when he reached a certain level of power, he didn't try to dismantle the system. He joined it, and may have even pushed it further. It alleges that Kanye, at the height of his influence, became another access point into this hidden network, that he used his relationships, his label, his fashion line, even his public persona to draw people in. Not in a literal sense. Not everyone walking into a Yeezy studio session was being manipulated. But behind closed doors, deals were being made. Leverage was being gathered. Secrets were being stored. And that's what this report really focuses on.